Today I wanted to show you how I built my Notion database to track my WGU Accounting Degree classes. And so I'm going to show you from scratch because that helps me the most was just seeing the how someone built their Notion database from scratch. And I can link the YouTuber who I learned from in the description. So his videos were great. They helped me because they actually went from scratch and then worked their way up to the actual build. I know a lot of Notion YouTubers, they just show you the full finished product and it's overwhelming for me. So that's what I'm gonna do for you. If you want to make this yourself, I did make a template and it's available if you want to get it and it's already made for you. But then you could watch this just to see like the reasoning behind it. That way you can just tweak it yourself and customize it to better fit what you need. Also, another note is you don't have to use Notion to track your classes. A lot of people use a spreadsheet. So Excel, Google Sheets, you could build the same thing in a Google Sheet. Now let's go to my screen. So here I have a Notion page, totally empty. This is what it looks like if you create a new page in Notion. So first thing is to make this page full width. Again, I'm very basic when I use things on my computer. I don't use like a ton of keyboard shortcuts or anything. So you're just going to see me clicking around the screen. So I made the page full width because it just defaults to like in the middle and it's not full width. Next thing I'm going to do is just create a database. So, well, you can use the slash, and that is like a easy shortcut in Notion to add something to the page. So I'm going to go down. So database, table view, bam, we got a database. All right, so I'm going to call this database. Oh, actually, you know what? I was gonna say I wanted to make this like just only a database, but right now it's a page with a database. And so the difference with that is if I go to view database, like this page is only the database. But if I back out, I go back, then this is a page with a database in it, and there is a slight difference. So this is great if you want to make kind of like a dashboard. So let me call this like WGU dashboard. And then I'm going to call this database, WGU database. I just call it WGU course database. Okay, so this is great if I wanted to make like a little dashboard. Let's make this a call out section. And then I'm going to call this links. And then if I wanted to link to like my WGU portal, you could add the link here. So it's great to add other things to this page and still be able to see the database. But I'm going to go to the page that has only the database, and you can't add anything to this page. And I think when I first started using Notion, this is what was confusing, like the concept of a page and then a page that's only a database, and then how to best use it in a way that made sense to my brain. And so for me, this is what makes sense. I can create the dashboard, but I will only work with the database on the database page. And there's more you can do for this. The YouTuber I mentioned that I learned from, they actually set it up just a little bit differently. That way you can create a dashboard that's more flexible and customizable, but I'm not going to show you that here. I don't want to get too complicated. Okay, so we've got our database set up. So I'm going to change the name of this first column to course instead of name. I mean, you could leave it name. Name, of course, makes sense, but I'm just going to call it course. Then I'm just looking at my template as reference so I don't forget anything. So then we're going to add the property for course numbers. So that's text. And the only reason I use a text instead of number is because the course numbers have letters in them, so it's not only a number. Okay, then the next column I'm going to add is the competency units, and that can be a number. There's only numbers in those. And then the next column is status. So there is a column type called status already. I don't use that one. I don't really like it. I'm going to add my statuses like not met, met. I think I had other ones. Oh yeah, in progress. And then I added waiting on task grading later. That way I knew like I was technically done, but the class wasn't completed yet because I was waiting for the task to be graded. So those are my statuses. Now I'm going to order these. Not met, in progress. Oh, I didn't put met. There we go. Now I'm going to change the colors because I like my colors to be a certain way. So in progress is yellow, waiting on grading is orange, and then met is green because that's done. Okay, so that's the column I want. All right, so next column is transferred in, and that one is just a, a checkbox. I guess you could do a status for this one too, but I like a simple checkbox. Transfer in, yes, and then that way you can just check if it was a class you already transferred in and you for the degree, and you don't have to do that class. Next column, test type. That one's another select. And this one I didn't start tracking till later in my term when I realized, oh, the test types were a type of class I could finish quicker versus an exam test type. So that's why I added this column. And then estimated start is a date. And I'm just gonna estimated start. And then for estimated ends. And then started. Because you could call this like actual start if you want to be even clearer. So yeah, I'm just gonna put actual start for that. You can always go back and change these things if you need to. An actual ends. And I think in the template I've just called this completed, but again, you can change it. Oh wait, no, not a telephone. Go back to date. Okay, and then notes. So I don't think I really use this section too much, but it's handy to have there if you want to like throw in a quick note like, oh, this course might take a little more time than expected. It's just there. So it stands out versus it being inside of a page in each row. And what I mean by that, let me show you. So if you go to the original first column, I'm just going to put a name in here. So like course 1. If you hover over it, it'll say open. And if you open that, that's like a whole new page. This is where Notion can get kind of, or at least for me, this is where the first time I tried Notion, like years ago, this is where it lost me. Because you could, it's almost like, you know, if you're in front of a mirror and you try to take a picture in the mirror, and so on your phone, there's you in the mirror with your phone taking a picture, and then it can be like an infinite like reflection of you trying to take pictures of yourself. So I feel like Notion's like that because you could just keep going and going. Like this page, I could create another page and then a page and the page, and it just never ends. And so for me, I need to create artificial boundaries in Notion for it to not make my brain freak out. So all I had to say, I recommend for this database, you could have this page in each row. So this is very handy, but I would stop there. I wouldn't make more pages inside of here because you can lose your stuff pretty quickly. That's what I would do for myself. But yeah. Let me make sure I don't forget what I was going to say. Hold my point. So yeah, my point was we open this up and we've got our course inside of here. And what I used this for was to keep track of notes for each course and the task I needed to do, and then any links specifically for this course. Okay, so first thing I do when I get here is I'm going to open this, make this full width. Okay, next thing is I create, it's called a call out, but it's like a nice handy little way to create a boundary on the page so you can find things easily. That's what I use it for. And so for this one, I'm going to create a heading and call it links. And actually, I'm going to create 2 columns. So let's see, call 2 columns, and I'm gonna move this link to the column. There you go. Okay, that way I can create another call out on this side with the heading called notes, and then I'm going to make the left-hand column smaller. And now I have the notes column, and this is where I would put all my notes. And then the left-hand smaller column was just to hold like the course page. And what else did I do? Like the textbook link to textbook. And basically just anything I needed. Like for courses of the task, I had a Google Doc. So I would link the doc to this page too. So link to task doc, just anything in here. So it was all in one place. And so when I was ready to work on the course, I would just come in, open up the course page, and everything was here. And that made it easier to just get started. All right, so that's how I set up the page. If you have the template already, then it's going to have each page set up for you. But if you wanted to just make this, but not have to go and create each page individually, you can use something called a template in Notion. And so I'll show you what that looks like. What I'm going to do is copy this page and then put it in the template. Because I can't, as far as I know, turn this page into a template, although that would be pretty handy. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything on the page, copy it, and then go back to this database. In Notion, each database, you can create a template for it. So I'm going to just click on that new dropdown and select new template, and then paste. Remember, I copied that last page, so I'm going to paste it into this template. Dismiss, you don't want to sync them, because what that'll do is if you change something on the template, it will change something in that page that you used, and you don't want to do that. You don't want them linked. Let me make sure this template is also full width. And then I like to call my templates just template course page. And there you go. And so what that does is if you make a new page in this database, so you can either do that with clicking the new button, and then the template will be there. So just select the template and it's created. Or if you create it from this way, add a new row to the database, click open, and add the, just undo and it'll pop up, and then select template. And there you go. And I'm trying to put too many tips in here, but like a pro tip is you just want to make that template a default for all views, yes. And that way, if you create a new page, it just automatically sets up the page for you. And if you go into it, it's already there. So then you just need to change the name. And I'm going to go back to the database to do it over there. So course 1, course 2, course 3, and course 4. Okay. And then I like to sort things by the name. And then when it asks you, say for everyone, that just means every time you go to this database, do you want it to look like this, how it currently is? And I'm going to say yes, because I do want it sorted by course name. Okay, so this is how you create the database as it is in the template that I made. All right, that's how to use Notion to make your fourth database. If you were going to do this in Google, like a spreadsheet, it's really the same thing. You can even do a drop down in Google Sheets, so that is possible. And you can do checkboxes. So you can build the same thing. The only thing that will be different is the page. Hopefully that was helpful. If you want that template, I just wanted to quickly give you a tour of the WGU Notion template I created. So once you sign up and you get the link, it'll take you to this page. And on here, you can see I created the database with all the courses in the WGU degree at the time that I created this. So if it changes later, then I'm not going to update the template. So you can just update it yourself. It's customizable. You can see that some of these test types I don't have in here because I didn't take those classes. I transferred them in, but you can add that yourself. Oh, sorry. And then I created different tabs. So there's a tab for all the courses you transfer in. So if you mark it as transferred in, then they will show up on this tab. There's all your courses that aren't completed. And so as you mark these as met or completed, then they will disappear from this tab and it'll show you what you still need to finish. This planning section, this one is I've set it up to show the estimated start dates of your classes, but you are able to change that to the actual start dates if you want to. And then this progress tab is just showing you like of all the courses, like of all your courses, how many did you finish? How many have you not finished? And right now it's showing all of them is not finished. So as you mark them as completed, then this will update to show how many you finished. And then if you go into each one, you can see the that template I showed you guys. So it has the like a link section, a note section. I try to make it simple. That way, if you want to customize it, you can. And then if you want to build on top of it, you can. If you want that template, I'll put the link below. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for watching and see you next time.